most Americans know it, price of groceries is still too high. And we need to address it in a number of ways. One of my aspects of
combat price
bring
gouging
down the cost of living for working people and the middle class in America is to address the issue of grocery prices. Part of my background and how I come to it is probably a new approach grounded in a lot of my experiences as a former attorney general, where I took on price gouging. And part of my plan is to create a new approach that is
only
the
thing
first
that
time
tracks
that we will
well
have
with
a
the general public. That and like expanding Medicare for at-home care.
I think you're forgetting about our signature policy.
Desperation and need
Pell Grants for people who
jacking up prices
for Amber Frost.
without any consequence or accountability.
I hate that so much.
So that is one way, but
it's
to your
like
point,
her
Eric,
worst received policy, by the way, and she still says it every time.
It's the closest thing she has to a signature policy.
For too long,
like this is good shit. If you want to win an election, she should have been doing this from day one.
Hi, Carol.
Good evening. Thank you for visiting us in Delaware County, Vice President Harris. My question is this. If you could accomplish only one major policy goal that required congressional action, what would it be and why?
That's actually a pretty good question.
Well, she's a poli-sci professor.
I have to be honest with you, Carol. There's a lot of work that needs to happen, but let's. I think that maybe part of
and she's not going to answer
point
this.
That how I think
no
about
shot
is we've got to get past this era of politics and partisan politics.
Oh my God!
Slowing down what we need to do in terms of progress in our country, and that means
what's your
working
number one
across the
priority if you could
I've
pass
done that
it
before. We
legislatively?
Did it around, whether it be what we
have to get rid of
accomplish with the
politics.
Bipartisan infrastructure deal, or some of the work that we have done in terms of
Brian
dealing
Kilmeade.
with gun safety.
This woman basically laid it up for her to be like, abortion.
Yeah.
I'm going to codify Roe v. Wade.
Hey, Kamala, remember what your campaign is about?
A number of issues.
You know,
Whether
I
it be what
think
we
there
need to
should
do
be
in terms
one
of
party,
housing,
and all of us should be in
creating
it.
legislation that creates
What?
incentives for that. What we need to do to reinstate the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her
she
government
remembered.
tell her
Good
what
job.
to do.
Good work, Kamala.
Whether it be what we need to do to
No, she's saying there's so much to do that she can't choose any one. Just say abortion.
American-based manufacturing.
Abortion or say Medicare for all. I'm going to do Medicare for all.
Where American workers and
no, she's on an apology tour for everything she said in 2020.
In a way that is good paying jobs that gives people the dignity they deserve. Look, all of those areas I plan on working across the aisle and with
She
Congress,
asked, what would you do if you had
what is your priority, dummy?
Let me ask you, you've talked about codifying Roe v. Wade.
Anderson Cooper is helping her.
60 votes in
Anderson Cooper is literally carrying. He's like, come on, Kamala. You said Roe v. Wade, right? You would do codifying Roe v. Wade, right, dumbass?
Oh my God.
What do you do?
I think we need to take a look at the filibuster, to be honest with you. But the reality of it is this. Let's talk about how we got here.
Why?
When Donald Trump was president, he hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade. And they did as he intended. And now in 20 states, we have Trump abortion bans.
I can't believe.
Just say you're going to abolish the filibuster. Just say it. It doesn't matter. Just lie. I don't understand. Why won't she lie?
Tell a survivor of
like Donald Trump literally says he's going to do concentration camps. He's not going to be able to do concentration camps to the same degree that he wants to.
In our country.
And it's like, but it doesn't matter. He's going to lie anyway. He lies. He says immigrants are eating cats and dogs. Just lie. Say you're going to do Medicare for all.
And the suffering.
Think like it's 2019 again. She's lying when she says she's going to give $50,000 in tax cuts to startups. Republicans are not going to let that happen because they're going to be obstructionist anyway. So if you're going to lie, why not lie for good shit instead of like boring neoliberal bullshit?
Hi, Vice President. Thank you for being here today. Considering you have been in the position of Vice President for the past 4 years under the Biden administration, how can we expect you to deviate from the direction of that administration compared to your own? How can we differentiate your policy and your beliefs from that of Biden's?
Okay, this was a surprise. I would not have thought like a UPenn young black woman would be asking such a conservative question. Like demographically speaking, this is like
this role, my own ideas.
I don't know if it's conservative. Like
I represent a new generation of leadership on a number of issues and believe that we have to actually take new approaches. For example, what we talked about in terms of housing.
I thought you would talk about Gaza. I thought the question would be about Gaza.
Leads to that priority
I
includes what
think
did
they
to take
only
on
let
the
you
big
in
banks
if
around
you're in
the
the youth
foreclosure
wing of
crisis,
Third Way.
when I brought billions of dollars to homeowners that were the subject of predatory lending. I know what home ownership means to the American people, not to mention what it meant to my mother, who worked very hard and saved up so that by the time I was a teenager, she was able to buy our first home. I bring to it my experience.
Homes
actually
were a
taking
really
care of
big
my
part
mother
of
when
my
she was sick,
childhood.
and it was, as it turned out, dying
You know,
from
as
cancer.
someone who grew up in
And
a
so I
home,
know what it means.
scratch
and having
that.
experience
For
of
someone
taking care
who grew
of
up
an
as
elderly
the
relative,
daughter
and
of
I
a
have raised children.
homeowner,
And so I bring to my priorities and
My
will, as
God.
president, a new
Just-
approach and a new idea, frankly,
What is
about
the
what
approach?
we need to do to
What's
deal with the sandwich
new?
generation.
Say what's
which is what we
different.
call those
the
folks
approach I take
who
is
are
that I
literally
represent
in the
a
middle, who
new
are raising their young
generation
children
of lawmakers
and
that
taking
have
care of their
priorities
parents, which is
inside
why
these ideas
my plan
that will
and
take
approach
precedent.
says, hey, you shouldn't have
If
to
we can hold
to
accountable
wipe out all your savings to qualify
the companies
for Medicaid
that are
to
making
be
it
able
so
to
that
get support to hire somebody to help
homeownership
you cook for your parent
is
or
something
help them
that
put
can
on a
be
sweater.
aspired
I've
to
done that. I know what that requires. You shouldn't
rather
have
than
to
just something
quit your job
that is out of reach.
and so my plan is to have and allow Medicare to cover the cost of home health care for our seniors.
I think this
These
is
are
like
couple
a
of
broad
examples,
question where
including what we
she
talked
can
about in
separate
terms
way
of price
further than just simply
gouging.
saying like, I'm
And
going to
what we
do
need to
a
do in
Medicare
addition,
expansion for
and it's a new
at-home care.
approach that I think it's well overdue.
I think that's like as
Let's invest in the
ambitious
small
as
businesses of
her
America.
Like
policy
this
team
this
gets.
is where she's supposed to be as ambitious as
the
possible.
woman who helped raise us was a small business owner. I know who small
Holy
business
shit!
owners are. I know what they do. They are the backbone of America's economy. And for too long, we've overlooked
Fucking
their
Brian, kill
value
me.
to
Oh
the
my
economy
God.
as a
You
whole,
know,
much less to the
As
economy
the
of
daughter
neighborhoods and communities.
of someone
so
who
that's
once
why my plan and
had
its
to
new
save
approach
up
is about tax cuts
to buy their very
for our
own
small
car.
businesses.
Oh,
so
I
that
know
they
what
can
it's
invest in
like.
Tax cuts.
themselves and
Oh
grow,
God.
and in
Oh
the
God.
process, invest in communities.
She's talking to like a
invest in
20-year-old
neighborhoods,
UPenn student
and strengthen
about
our
tax
economy
cuts
overall.
and
So those are some
$50,000 in
examples.
tax
It's
cuts
about
for
a new
small
new
businesses.
generational
I
leadership
know how
based on
important
new ideas
taxes are.
and frankly different
When
experiences.
I was growing
I
up,
bring a whole set of different experiences
my mom followed them.
to this job and the way I think about it than Joe Biden.
Some voters, though, might ask, you've been in the White House for 4 years. You were vice president, not the president. But why wasn't any of that done the last 4 years?
Well, there was
Get
a
him,
lot
Anderson.
that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done. And I'm not going to shy
Why does
away
she
from
always do
saying,
that?
hey,
Like
these are still
restate-
problems
Yeah,
that we need to
it's like-
fix.
I want you to meet Jackson
think
Weiss.
it's
He's
just-
a
I think
student
it's
at
just like
Drexel
a
University
weird
from
verbal
Flourtown,
kick.
Pennsylvania. Registered
mean,
Republican.
I
says
do
he's
think
leaning
that
toward
there
voting
is
for you,
a-
but he's yet to make up.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no!
Registered
Oh,
Republican.
oh no!
Thank you for taking
You're
the
about to
time
get
to be here
griped
too,
up,
Mr.
bitch.
President.
Thank you.
Regarding the rapid increase in the migrant population, how will you ensure that every immigrant is integrated into American
What do you
society
think about
safely?
the banning?
What benefits and
of
subsidies
pajama
will you
groiper?
provide them with? And how long will these benefits and subsidies last for an individual? Most importantly, will the American citizens' taxes pay for these benefits and subsidies? And if so, how much money will be allocated?
Oh, she got griped.
Well, thank you, Jackson. Let's start with this.
Shut up,
America's
nerd.
immigration system
No,
is broken,
Jackson
and
owned
it needs
her.
to be fixed. And it's been
I'm in
broken for a
groiper
long
chat
time.
with Jackson. I'm
And
giving him
part
props.
of what we need to do is always prioritize what we need to do to strengthen our border. I will tell you, I'm the only person
We have to
in this race
prioritize
among
what
the
we
two
need to
choices
do
that voters have.
strengthen
I've
the border.
Personally prosecuted
prosecute
transnational
transnational
criminal
gangs!
organizations.
Yes!
In the trafficking
Yes,
of guns,
transnational
drugs,
gangs,
and
I
human
hate them!
beings. I have
She
spent
prosecuted them!
a
Yes!
significant part of my
Kamala!
career
Kamala!
making sure that our border is secure and that we
It's
do
the
not allow
perfect compliment
criminals
response.
in,
Just like
and
a
we don't allow
nonsense
that
phrase
kind of
like we
trafficking
need to
happen and come into our
prioritize those.
country. And
I
as
believe in the things that we
the-
need to prioritize in
as
order
my
to,
opponent
and then
has
transnational
proven
gain.
himself.
He's not
He would
serious about
prefer
killing
to
migrants.
run our
I am.
problem instead of fixing the problem.
The
You
guy
may
who keeps
know
saying they're racist every day.
Some of
He's
the
not
most
with it.
Conservative
I am-
members of the United
Look
States
at-
Congress
look at-
working
it's
with
working
others
on Jackson,
that came
though.
up with a border security
Jackson's
bill
like, he's actually
that would
pretty
have put
base.
1,500 more border
I'll at
agents
least
at the
make a
border.
groiper
Those
out of
border
it.
agents
we
are
need more border
They need to
agents.
support them in the backup.
Hey,
It would have allowed us to have
this
more
bitch is
to stem the
based.
flow of fentanyl.
I'm gonna make a groiper
I
out
don't
of
need to tell
Doug.
this state and people
I
around
always
the
like Doug.
country
Doug's so
what is
cool.
happening in terms of the scourge of fentanyl and how it is literally killing Americans.
There
It
should
would
be
have put
someone who
resources
What does that have to
stemming
do with
the flow.
immigration, dumbass?
would have given more resources
There
to
should be
prosecute,
someone
to
who's
investigate
like
and prosecute
pro-fentanyl
transnational
at one of
criminal
these.
organizations. Donald Trump got wind of the bill and told them, don't
Are
put it
Democrats
forward.
getting
Kill
like
the
a
bill
sponsorship deal
because he
to
preferred
talk
to
about
run
the
on a
dumb border
fixing a
bill?
problem. We have